What was 2021 for RedCompass Labs?
2021 was a really, really huge change for the world.
What is it, third year of COVID or second? Oh, wow.
Something like that.
I think it was a lot of change. I think it was terrifying. It was exciting. It was like mountaintop views.
Well, I guess I've had an interesting journey this year. It all started on the 24th of January when I jumped on a plane bound for Singapore. Well, it wasn't bound for Singapore. The idea was to get to Singapore, but the first step was arriving in Poland, and it took 2.5 months.
In 2021, I had to do a very complicated and long recruitment process for our junior members of the team, and that was the first time that we had to do it completely remotely.
Working with clients suddenly remotely with poor internet connections very often, with problems of communications, problems with kids, problems with our families daily, that was really, really challenging.
I think we've done a lot of work in the last year of helping our clients A, understand, but B, overcome their own fears that in us not being on client site and us not being available face-to-face meant there was going to be a change in our working patterns or change in our delivery.
So after me joining RedCompass, I completed 2 fast start ISO engagements with 2 clients. We did many workshops, talking to different departments within the bank.
5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours workshop, working through midnight, 1:30 a.m., still working, still finding out the best way, best solution for the client. And yes, we made it.
COVID brings a lot of changes in terms of how the business of payments works.
Change is hard. Change is hard no matter who you are, whether you're, Mike moving to Singapore, whether you're new academy people starting in Poland, whether you're working parents here trying to work out how do I balance all of this. I have no idea how to get you onto online learning.
Not being able to see my colleagues at all was really difficult, but I always kept in touch. It was really great. We talked about weather on the phone. It was fun.
Yes, a lot happened in the background, working over the night, working around the clock. That's never been easy. But at the end, when you deliver something and everything gets paid off.
And I work in the City of London, and I work opposite the Royal Exchange, next to the Bank of England, next to Mansion House. Before I walk in the door, every day I look up at these, kind of great buildings of finance, and I say to myself every day I walk in that door, we exist to open the doors of finance to all and to protect those who enter.
Financial inclusion is not just a third world problem. The reality is everything we do is about making payments part of making society strong, making it frictionless for people to grow, develop, and become the best versions of themselves.
The protecting for me is really, really important. I think it comes back in kind of all the fraud validations, AML sanction validations that are happening, because at the end of the day, that is always kind of at the back of kind of a criminal activity happening.
I think that's our responsibility, not only a mission, that we need to make sure that whatever we do, whatever we add to the bank to make things better, payments faster or smoother, that we also address all the potential issues, that we stop all the harm that this caused to people.
I don't do this job because it's work. I do it because it has meaning.
I think for RedCompass, overcoming, it's in our DNA.
I think my personal journey to RedCompass started 8 years ago when I was forced to move from my hometown. This challenge in my life bring me a lot of thoughts about who I am, where is my home, where is my nationality.
Last year I had quite a tough time. Worked with brilliant people, brilliant team, and really enjoyed it in many ways, but got a bit stressed and burnt out. And so I felt like that I needed a bit of a break, and I did the right thing. I called for help, and RedCompass Labs sorry, were very good to me as always, and they gave me a bit of time off.
After spending about 4 years with my previous company, just before Christmas, I got made redundant. And that came as a shock, and I thought the world was coming to an end. But at the same time, came as a challenge to then look for my next opportunity as soon as possible.
I have been working at RedCompass for 5 years. I got cancer. Then I believed I'd come back. Within 2 months, I came back and then start working again. That is kind of miracle.
To me, overcoming means overcoming difficulties that come one's way, such as COVID in the last 1.5 years, and also handicaps that I live with, such as my autism, in a world where most people are neurotypical.
The moment when you fell on your feet, or like when you kind of felt that you're in control of the situation, that moment is overcoming.
For me, overcoming has meant just not giving up, keep going on, keep striving, looking for new ways to be creative.
Overcoming means to me basically fighting with challenges like remote working.
So for me it's kind of the same feeling that you have, for example, when you're running and you're almost a couple of minutes before the end of the run, but everything is hurting a bit.
Things happen for reasons. There's what we call dharma and karma, and what happens today will lead you to what happens tomorrow, but you've got to have that guttural inner strength to hold on to good will come.
So overcoming to me this year has been just getting back to the basics. We need to remember to love ourselves a bit more. And that's the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing I find to do, self-compassion.
I think I survived because of the people at RedCompass helped me so much.
No matter how incredible the AI or the technology becomes, it's still all about people. It's the people who write the code that changes the world. It's people who, when they are beyond tired or beyond frustrated with internet connections, who continue and find a way. We solve problems together as a team, as people.
What do you like in RedCompass the most?
People.
That was great. Was it? Okay, that'll do.